Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check my seatbelt. I'm going to make sure my seatbelt is properly mounted and secure, that the belt is not cut or frayed, and it adjusts and latches properly. I'm going to check my fire extinguisher, which is located behind the seat. Make sure it's properly mounted and secure, that it's not cracked or broken, and it's filled to manufacturer specification. It's fully charged. I'm going to check my, let my instructor know that I have 3 red reflective triangles, which is located up under my bunk, and my spare electrical fuses in my glove box. At this time, I'm going to perform a safe start of my vehicle. Put my security code in. Got my own blue. Blue like this. Act up. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to turn the switch to the on position. I'm going to make sure my ABS light illuminates. And after the vehicle cycles, I'm going to go ahead and turn my vehicle on. I'll make sure that it's in neutral. So now I'm going to talk about my windshield and my mirrors. I'm going to make sure my windshield and my mirrors are properly mounted and secure. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and it's free from obstructions. And my mirrors are adjusted to my sight. I'm going to check my windshield wipers. Make sure they're properly mounted and secure, they're not cracked, bent, or broken, and the rubber is not worn, torn, or dry rotted. I'm going to check my left turn signal indicators, my right turn signal indicators. I'm going to check my 4-way flashes, and I'm going to check my high beam to make sure all my indicators on my dash work. I'm going to check my city horn, my air horn. Alright, and now I'm going to check my gauges. I'm going to cycle through here till I get to my voltmeter. Make sure my voltmeter is in normal operating range, which is in between 13 and 14 volts. I'm going to make sure my oil pressure rises to normal operating range. Make sure my water temperature rises to normal operating range, and both of my primary and secondary air tanks rise to normal operating range, which is the governor's cutout, which is between 20 and 40 psi. All right, I'm going to check my defroster. I'm going to turn it on here, make sure I get it all the way up. I'm going to make sure I got heat coming from the top and from the bottom. Now I'm going to perform my air brakes test. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn my vehicle off. I'm going to push in my trailer and tractor valves. And before you do that, you need to make sure that your vehicle's turned back on.
You have 68 unread messages.
Alright, now what I'm going to do is my applied pressure test. So once the gauge is stabilized, apply pressure. Once my gauge is stabilized, I should lose no more than 4 psi in 60 seconds. And now I'm going to ask my instructor to help me. Instructor, would you help me perform my applied pressure test?
Yeah.
Alright, so he's going to start the countdown with 60 seconds.
Alright, 60 seconds is up.
Alright, so after the completion of 60 seconds, I did not lose no more than 4 psi in 60 seconds. Alright, so now I'm going to check my low air warning buzzer and light. It should illuminate at or before 60 psi. So I'm going to fan my brakes down. Alright, so before 60 psi, my low air warning light and buzzer illuminated. So now I'm going to fan my brakes down, and between 20 and 40 psi, my tractor and trailer protection valve should pop out. That's my trailer brakes. and that is my tractor brakes. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and perform a safe start of my vehicle, make sure it's in neutral, foot on the brake, I'm gonna crank it back up. I'm gonna tell my examiner, I'm gonna, while my vehicle is building pressure back up, I'm gonna go ahead and unchalk my wheels. All right, so now we have built pressure back up between the governor's cutout, 120 and 140 PSI. So now we're gonna do our trailer tug test and our tractor tug test. We'll check the brakes for the trailer and the brakes for the tractor. So by doing that, we're gonna push in our tractor brake. We're gonna make sure we leave our trailer brake out. We're gonna put it in drive, and we're gonna give a slight tug on our trailer brakes. Okay, our trailer brakes held. So now we're gonna push out our tractor brake, push in our trailer brake, and now we're gonna tug against our tractor brake. All right, slight tug, and our tractor brakes held. All right, so now we're gonna check our service brakes. We're gonna push in the trailer and the tractor brake. All right, we're gonna put it in drive. We're gonna pull forward, not to exceed 5 miles an hour, and apply smooth, gentle pressure to our service brake, and our truck should not sway left or right. All right, so our truck, stopped smoothly and it didn't sway left to right. This completes the in-cab and air brakes.